It's not a given in banking that you can do this. And so it's difficult for people to entrust this part of the business to somebody else.
I didn't realize that you could automate compliance. And to see it live and in action, you can, and it can change your whole compliance world.
Community banks that have existed and been the backbone of communities for centuries are currently being crushed under the rock of regulatory pressure. With over 306 regulatory changes just this last year, this pressure continues to mount. Over the next 5 years, there's going to be 1,000 more.
The regulatory environment that the banks are currently trying to work within is exceptionally difficult.
We said, okay, how do we figure out a way to use scale, to use technology, to use a different business model to attack this problem?
If you look at this country, it's absolutely amazing, and it's made up of lots of dreamers like you, dreamers like me, and what folks need is the financial guidance, the financial advice, the financial support of financial institutions that are in small communities across the country.
We created Continuity to take this incredible aggravator called compliance that is injecting these hundreds of changes a year and said, okay, how do we reimagine the operating model of a community bank with a different element inside of it? The point of Continuity fundamentally is to save the model of community banking and thereby the U.S. economy.
It's a spirit of innovation with a supreme desire to help.
We can't solve a primary problem with an ancillary solution. We need a core. A compliance core is a dynamic service built on unified capabilities of consulting, services, processes, insight, and technology that's unified into a single subscription service built to engineer down compliance risk and cost. It's a single platform that might replace a dozen software applications within your organization. Things that you would have to buy and install and integrate and own are replaced by our single unified platform. Rethinking these things at a very, very granular level is where the solution lies.
It's ugly, so it's been pushed off in the corner, waiting for the right people to come along that were brave enough to tackle this thing.
There's simply too much at risk, and that's really been the problem, because getting to a real authoritative answer, typically you had to wait for the examiner to show up, and that's not when you want to find out that you didn't get it right. And how much of your time and energy is spent doing busy work and not brain work? With the Continuity Compliance Core, you now have a facility to extend your reach, giving you perfect visibility into all of the tasks going on throughout the organization, so you can focus on the right things, the things that are actually causing your bank risk. Bringing together insight, standardization, and automation go a long way towards driving those risks down. It all starts with a plan. The plan comes out of the strategy group. The strategy group is an elite group of consultants who work with you on an annual and even monthly basis in a continuous improvement process that makes your bank better. We operate the world's only regulatory operations center, taking in the regulatory changes from Washington and engineering them into concrete action plans. All of the elements of the core are designed to work together, and there's no better example of that than the assurance function. Audit talent combined with the power of the platform, power of the core, through a remote auditing process that is standardized, highly sensitive, and in the end, better. The control platform is an automation platform to bring a diverse set of functionality together into one easy-to-use tool.
I never considered I could outsource compliance. It was just something you had to drag along with you no matter where you went. And Continuity came and said, no, there's another way. You can outsource a lot of that.
What we're going to do is systematically eliminate this issue.
And that's what we formed Continuity to help do, to create a partnership between innovators and technologists and bankers to come together as a unified force to solve this problem.
It's an invaluable product to us.
It's like a one-stop shop for compliance. You've got your monitoring checklist in there. They provide you sample policies, which we've taken and embraced those and modified them for our use.
I felt a whole new comfort level within 3 seconds of talking to the individual at Continuity. They had been there, they had dealt with that issue before.
The joy of my entire career is doing this. So taking this passion for the industry and being able to do something about it.
This changes the whole outlook on the compliance system. It's thinking outside the box, and that is what we needed.
Change can be hard, but it's in this change that we find the viability of the banks that have existed for 100 years before. We're Continuity, and we're here to help.